Hi, I'm Jen and welcome to Studio A.I.R. This next 20 minutes is your recovery stretch class. This is an opportunity to just recover from sore muscles, or if you just need a little opening of your body any time of the day, hop on your mat and let's get started. So let's go ahead and we'll start actually sitting on our toes. We're going to take toes pose, everybody's favorite. But this is really great if you've been running, hiking in uncomfortable shoes for the day. So toes are forward and I'm just sitting back on the heels here. And I'd like you to sit up nice and tall and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale, melt them down your back and just close your eyes for a moment. So yes, this can be excruciating. And if it is, that's probably a sign that maybe you should do it more. But it's really designed to open the fascia of your feet. So if you're having issues with plantar fasciitis, any kind of lot of pressure on the feet, foot issues, this is a great way to just release them. Go ahead and lift your arms all the way up to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Good, and then exhale, come forward, and you're just gonna unwind and just pat it out, pat it out, pat it out. Really nice. And then let's go ahead and press back to a child's pose here. So knees nice and wide, feet together, and just lengthen back. I'm having a little bit of a foot cramp issue here, so I'm gonna keep my toes curled actually. Good, and then when you can, situate back, tailbone heavy, forehead heavy, spine is long, sideways long. Good, and inhale deeply, and exhale it out. And again, inhale, and exhale, come all the way up. You're gonna bring your right leg forward, left foot back, and come into a low lunge. So let's go ahead and start with feet, hands on either side of the foot here. And I'd like you to bring hands onto thighs and lengthen your spine. And then maybe go ahead and lift your arms to the sky and see how that feels. Good, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, fingertips down, just flex your heel and draw your outer right hip in and back as you lengthen your heart forward. So think flat back and then melt and round. Good. Keep a micro bend in your right knee, but keep flexing your heel. Point your toes toward the sky and wrap your outer right hip in and back as you fold. Send breath into the lower part of your right back there, so right low back. Good, and then we're just gonna incorporate a little flow here. So in your low lunge, maybe reach arms up to the sky. Keep some integrity through your belly. Exhale, if you'd like more, cactus your arms, open your heart, and then go deeper into your lunge. And then inhale, reach all the way up. And then listen carefully. Exhale, you're just gonna flex and lengthen the spine as you reach behind you. So inhale, slowly reach up. Option to exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. And then inhale up. And exhale, sweep back as you lengthen. Good, and you can definitely modify here. Inhale, lengthen your heart. Exhale, cactus open. And then inhale, come back to long spine. And exhale, sweep back. Good, and one more. Inhale up. Exhale, open it up. And then inhale up. And exhale, lengthen behind you. Good. Go ahead and bring both hands on the inside of your leg and pivot toward the right side here, or the left side rather. So right leg is out to the side, lengthen up, grow long, and then take a gate pose. Slide over that lifted leg. Bring your toes pointing forward. So you're really stretching through the outside of your ankle there, your peroneal nerve. And then sweep down. We're taking the second side, just sweeping up and open. Good, and then stay here, just take 3 really big arm circles. Inhale, out. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, one more inhale. And exhale, really nice. You're coming all the way back to the front of your mat. We're just gonna slowly switch it out to take the second side. So bring your left foot forward in between. And then go ahead and start opening your heart. Deep breath in. Exhale, lengthen all the way back. Find your Ardha Hanuman, your half split. Flex your heel, lengthen your spine forward. I should have said this earlier in class, and my apologies, but you could always use blocks to prop yourself up. Good, and so just forward fold here. And what I want you to do is just be very attentive to that tendency to overstretch the top of the hamstring, bottom of the glute. So think really about the belly of the muscle growing long. And then we're gonna flow. So lengthen all the way up, hands on thigh, or lift all the way to the sky. And if you want more cactus and let your heart open, keep some integrity through your belly though. So don't let the low back compress, just open the heart. Good, and inhale up. And exhale, flex the heels, sweep it back. And you can either modify with fingertips down or lengthen the arms behind you, even one arm. Good, and then we're gonna flow. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale, reach it all the way back. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale all the way back. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale up. And exhale, sweep it back. Really nice. And then pivot toward the right side this time. Nice. And then lengthen out long. Again, toes are pointed in front, so you're really stretching through that outer ankle. And then lengthen as you reach down. So reach up with the upper arm. And just feel your rib cage, your side waist open up. Deep breath in. Exhale, sweep and come all the way down to find a modified side plank and reach up overhead. So you feel this line of energy from the crown, from your fingertips all the way out to the outer edge of your foot. And then take 3 nice, slow, big arm circles for me. Maybe look to the sky. Follow the line of breath and really slow it down. Good, and then lift all the way up. You're coming back to the front of your mat. Good, and we're just gonna take a pigeon pose here. So we'll come by way of down dog. Press yourself up and back. And find length through your spine. Strengthen your arms as you press the mat away, decompressing low spine. And lift your right leg up and back. Inhale. And then exhale, drawing your knee towards your right wrist. Sweep your leg across and find a pigeon pose. Now you could also just lay yourself down on your back and take a figure 4. The idea is to open that front hip. Take the outer edge of your pinky toe, press it down as you open your heart, and then lengthen forward any amount to fold over. You could keep a block underneath your forehead to modify, or just let yourself release and breathe. Deep breaths in and out. And just sending space and breath into your outer hip there. Feel a tiny little bit of engagement by drawing your outer right hip in and down as you take your inner left thigh and draw the top of your left thigh toward your right sits bone. One more breath here. Exhale completely. And then inhale, press yourself all the way up. And exhale, press all the way back, down dog. One breath in down dog, deep breath in. Descend your heels toward the mat as you exhale. And then we go second side, left leg up. And exhale, press it all the way forward. Good, and then get yourself situated. Left knee is outside of your left hip. And then lift with the heart. So pelvic floor lifts a little bit. And then any amount lengthen forward as you come down. Even steady breaths. Close your eyes, start to soften. Really feeling that nice release of the hip there. Same little action as the first side. So our left hip draws in and back. Inner right thigh squeezes up toward the left sits bone. Good. And then go ahead and just lean over to your right side, swivel forward, and we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So first, go ahead and flex your heels, ignite your quadriceps, so really keep them nice and strong for now. And let's just take a side bend over toward the right. So left arm down, anchor through your right sits bone, and then reach up. Really nice. And just see how you feel here. So a lot of options. You could rest your head in your hand. You could keep reaching. If you have the full range and you want to go full throttle, you can do that. You could also just take a gentle bind behind the back and then just let your ear drop to your shoulder and get a little neck release. You can bring your chin down. Just to get the back of the neck. And then chin up to the sky to get the front of the neck. Good, and then lift all the way up and we'll take the second side. So all the way over toward the left side, anchoring through right sits bone. Good, deep breath here. Just really let your rib cage sing open. And find that variation that works for you. And if you're going for the neck stretch, turn your chin down. And then rotate your chin up, but keep the crown of the head heavy. And then come all the way up and keep your feet engaged. Feet are flexed, quads engaged as you lengthen forward any amount at all. So maybe this is you. Otherwise, come into your forehead. Forward fold, forehead onto your hands. Maybe forehead into thumbs and hands in prayer. So the energy here is lengthening your lower back out of your pelvis by lengthening forward. So anchor your pelvis, your sits bones firmly down into the ground, and then create length by elongating the crown of your head forward. One more deep breath here. Good, and then press yourself all the way up, and we're going to take your your left leg in, right leg forward, and then rotate yourself at a diagonal. And so we've got like this tree leg for what we call in yoga, Janu Shirshasana. So you're just making this connection here, and then inhale, sweep your left arm up, and exhale, lengthen forward. Maybe capture the outside of your left foot, or just bring your hands on either sides of the shin and find length first, rotating your navel toward your kneecap, and then fold over. So again, a really nice stretch for the back body, and that subtle twist is really good for your QL, your low back on either side there. Keep lengthening the crown of your head away from your shoulders. Take one more deep breath here. Exhale completely. And then inhale, come all the way up, and we'll take the second side. So left leg out, right leg in. Good, and then inhale, lift, grow long. Exhale, extend forward until you can't anymore, and then find your forward fold. Good, and the intention behind recovery stretch is not to follow my every move, not to do what I do necessarily. I've been working with mobility my whole life, so I do have flexibility naturally in my body, but I just want you to feel a sense of release in your own body. So really be conscious of how you feel in your body as you're doing this work. Come all the way up, and we're just going to roll onto the back here and get a little work in the hip flexors. So widen your arms, release the back of your head, and I'd like you to just gently windshield wiper your legs side to side. Notice that my feet are as wide as my mat. And so as I lower, sort of extending that knee forward and really going for that opening in my hip flexor and my quadricep there. And just a little bit more release in the hip flexors, and then let both knees fall over to the left. And you could either stay just like this with legs apart, or you could take your right heel and flex your heel, press it toward the kneecap, or toward the knee rather, on your thigh, and have that energy of traction in your hip. Good, breath in. And breath out, come all the way back, and we'll do the same thing second side. Sometimes you hear this taught as taking the heel and pressing straight down. I find for me that does not feel good in my hip or my knee, but tractioning forward, really thinking of decompressing and opening up the hip flexor is what I like to go for here. Good, and then come back to center and just take a happy baby. Legs nice and wide apart. And let your thigh bones grow heavy, flatten out your spine. Good, and if it helps, if it feels good for your low back, you could rock a little bit side to side. I do encourage you to take a few breaths at least in stillness, just to kind of let yourself get grounded and settle in there. Good, and then let's bring legs once again nice and wide and just take some ankle circles. And if it feels better to support your thighs, your outer thighs with your hands, you could do that, or just kind of gently support the legs. Really nice, and then give yourself a nice tight squeeze here. Really nice. Inhale, flattening the back. On your exhale, curl your forehead towards your knees and release the back of your neck. Inhale. And exhale. Good, and then slowly, either by way of one side or simply roll yourself up to sit. Good, and then just come to center and bring your hands in prayer and honor the energy that you've brought to active recovery. This is such an important form for finding a sustainable body. So I have found that finding active recovery and incorporating it into my workout every single week has made a huge difference in my body, in how fast I recover, in how quickly I can really feel myself ready for that next big workout. And even if you are just sedentary and you really feel like you need to open yourself up, this is a really nice practice to do before bed, before sleep. So I hope you enjoy it. If you did like this class, please like this page, please subscribe to my channel so I can feed you more content. And I recommend pairing this with a workout. So you can do one of my 15-minute workouts and then active recovery. Also, if you want extended classes, come over to my Moxie channel. This is where I have my virtual studio where I'm teaching full-length classes as well. Barre, fitness, yoga, active recovery. Activate, integrate, replenish. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.